Ooh, grab your popcorn, my friends, because this one gets deep. It's a busy day, but it just got mysterious because now we have a tale of good graphics, of leaked games, of not so subtle tweets, of deleted tweets, and of one giant mystery that still points to one thing happening. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Goodness gracious, Nintendo, just announce this thing. Just make it happen. I mean, man, we are so ready for it. Smash that like button if you're ready for Nintendo to announce this thing, and let me know in the comments down below how you feel right now about Switch Pro, because as you know by the title, that's what this video is all about. Some interesting things have developed and coming from multiple places, and we may now know exactly why everyone thought this reveal was imminent. Remember, a week or so ago, we were sure that Switch Pro was coming. All the leakers and all the insiders were saying, dude, it's about to drop, and that it didn't. Well, we might now know why they thought it was going to happen. And I've got to take you through this step by step. It is a special Saturday. Good morning, Mario. You guys are the best. I love you a lot. Thanks for being here. Make sure to turn your notifications on so you're ready for all the E3 streams, videos, and goodness. It is the best week of the year, and it got really weird today because Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope was leaked this morning via Nintendo.com. That's not the weird part, though, even though that is very, very strange. Then the game was revealed at the Ubisoft press conference, right? And it looked pretty darn good. I mean, we can take a peek at some of this gameplay. This game is looking hot. I think they've expanded upon the scope of the world. They've got that galaxy crossover with Rosalina and the Lumas, which is brilliant. And it looks like the sequel we've been waiting for, dropping in 2022. But does it look too good? The game seems to have a bit of a visual upgrade, and some of the shots just look very, very nice. There's interesting things happening in the environment. The characters seem a bit crisper, and the game just shines. Maybe it shines too much, according to Imran Khan, who is an editor over at Fanbyte, formerly of Game Informer. He says the game looks nice. Perhaps maybe too nice for just the regular Switch. Wink, wink. Wait, did I say wink out loud? And obviously he's hinting that Mario plus Rabbids is going to be a Switch Pro game. We know the release date isn't until next year, and by all accounts, according to Bloomberg and the rest of the reports, this system is supposed to launch towards the tail end of 2021. So it would make sense that Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope would be a Switch Pro enhanced game. And then, to back up his buddy, Jeff Grubb from GamesBeat said, I didn't want to say it, meaning he's thinking or knows the exact same thing. Now, we've got two industry insiders talking Switch Pro and indicating that Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is an enhanced game, but it's the third industry insider that is the most convincing. It's the third industry insider that is the most direct, and it's the third industry insider that makes me really put the puzzle pieces together. It's mysterious, but I think we might have figured it out. Jason Schreier, head honcho at Kotaku, games journalist, and now writer for Bloomberg, he posted a very interesting tweet and then deleted it. Now, when you delete a tweet, one of two things, it's the culprit, right? You're either completely wrong and you made a faux pas, or it's so right that you realize you shouldn't have said it. The Shy Guy's tweet read, remember when Ubisoft announced Watch Dogs in 2012, but the PS4/Xbox One hadn't been announced yet, so they couldn't say what platforms it was on or explain how it looked so good? Anyway, here's Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, implying that in the same way that some games were unveiled before the PS4 and Xbox One were unveiled, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is intended to shine on Switch Pro. We just don't know it yet. Now, I find this to be fascinating, and it really makes me think that maybe we now have a more complete picture. I wonder if Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope was the game that these industry leakers and insiders were referencing. Remember, they said, hey, we know of some third-party Switch Pro games that are going to be shown at E3, and Mario plus Rabbids is something that has been heavily rumored and even leaked by accident when Ubisoft changed their Twitter handle earlier this year. Now, we knew about this game yesterday, and then we really knew about it this morning when Nintendo posted it by accident on their website. Oh, what a mistake. But maybe this is the mistake that the insiders made, that they knew Mario plus Rabbids was about to be revealed on Saturday, June 12th at the Ubisoft Forward presentation, and they believed that Nintendo would have to unveil the Switch Pro prior to that in order for Ubisoft to say, guess what, our game looks glorious because it's running on that fancy new Nintendo hardware. And I don't know about you, but I love to just figure stuff out. I love to know what went down. I love tell-alls, right, where we find out, that's why they thought that. That's why they leaked that. That's why it ended up being not right. And Mario plus Rabbids Switch Pro, it feels like there is a very substantial link based on what everyone's been saying. And, you know, we now may understand why everything that went down a week or two ago went down. It could be because of those pesky rabbits. I think this might be where the streams crossed and where things kind of went awry and why we really were led to believe we'd get an imminent Switch Pro reveal, and then we didn't. Clearly, Ubisoft didn't say this was for Switch Pro. And now there is kind of an other side of this, right? Some people are saying, hey, the game doesn't actually look that great. The game doesn't look actually as amazing as people are claiming it does. And if we take a peek at the gameplay in this trailer, you guys can kind of tell me what you think. Does this look too good for the OG Switch? It does look very crisp. It does look very, very nice. I would say that everything looks to be running much sharper than the original game. Now, the original game, it looked okay. It didn't look anywhere near as good as Odyssey, but it's really this end point that has me a bit confused, because here, the game looks not the greatest. If we pull back here, you can say, okay, is this Switch or is this Switch Pro? It looks smooth. The colors are nice, and the water effects in the back, while cartooning, do seem to just play really well. So this, it looks nice, but that doesn't scream Switch Pro, whereas this does, but it's definitely a pre-rendered cutscene. Now, the question you need to ask yourselves is, are these graphics good because it's the product of 4 years of solid development and better understanding of the Switch system? Or are these graphics good because they're utilizing a better system entirely, a better Switch? Now, I think both could be true, right? There's a case where, hey, they just really did find a way to up the engine on Nintendo Switch, and it still launches on Switch Pro. I mean, these insiders clearly know something. And these games are going to run on both. It's not going to be exclusive to Switch Pro. It would be enhanced for Switch Pro. Obviously, they would want to showcase the best looking version of the game, and maybe that's where this sort of comes into play. It'll still perform on Switch. It'll still play on your Switch, but it'll run crisper, smoother, and more efficiently on the Switch Pro. You know, these insiders, they know more than us. And I think that Jeff Grubb and Imran Khan and Jason Schreier, frankly, they're better bets than the leakers we see on Reset Era or on Reddit or 4chan. Like, I'm just gonna straight up say, like, those guys, they know what's up much more so. So when you have someone like Imran Khan saying, like, hey, maybe it's better than the regular Switch, and you have Jeff Grubb saying, I didn't want to say it, and you have Jason Schreier posting and then deleting, this is similar to the Watch Dogs situation from 2012. It seems like they are right. And yes, we didn't get the Switch Pro launch, but it could be at any moment. I mean, we still have the whole GameStop 2-day event debacle next week. Who knows what that's truly for? Zelda related, pre-order related, something magical. E3 may conclude without a Switch Pro, but we know this thing is happening, and it really seems like it is happening soon. And hey, another event to look forward to from Nintendo would be awesome. The Switch Pro is basically Voldemort at this point, the system that should not be named. But when something of this magnitude happens and this many people from different places are talking about it, and it revolves around the biggest Switch announcement of the day and maybe the weekend, I felt like we needed to discuss and I needed to fill you in. I absolutely want this to just be over. I want Nintendo to solve all this speculation and just unveil it. But I want you to know that I believe the Switch Pro is 100% real and is happening soon. And there may be more games we see this weekend that elicit a similar reaction from folks like Imran and Jeff and Jason and myself, and maybe even you, where you say, announced for Switch. Or perhaps there are games that we've already seen that have not been announced for Switch, but will be once the Switch Pro arrives. Let me know what you think. Does this just further confirm for you that the Switch Pro is coming? And how does Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope look to you? Does that trailer look like it's enhanced beyond what a traditional Switch could pull off? I wanted to throw a little Avatar footage in here because I was just so stoked for that reveal. It's not on Switch, it's a next-gen exclusive for PS5 and Xbox Series X, but I love me some Disney. I love Pandora at Disney World, so this is my only chance to, like, put a few seconds of footage. Oh, so brilliant. I wish the Switch Pro could run that gameplay right there. But in the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for the rest of our awesome E3 coverage. Thank you so much for sticking with me and supporting SwitchForce and Good Morning Mario. Cheers to you, and cheers to Nintendo. They're coming up soon, and it seems like they have a lot of plans. Mario plus Rabbids looks great, and if that game isn't until 2022, Well, Nintendo must have a lot of tricks up their sleeve to fill out the 2021 calendar. I cannot wait to share it with you soon. Until that time, everybody, thanks again for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. And until next time, SwitchForce out.